Okay, good. Now we have the right camera. Okay, hello. Welcome to digiteachonline.com. Welcome to Freelancer Friday with me, Alison from digiteachonline.com, and our very cool little Freelancer Friday logo there, done by our little our graphics team. Thanks very much. Okay, so, and I really must change my chair because it's so squeaky. Okay, today we are going to be looking at the best accounting apps for us online teachers, online entrepreneurs, teacherpreneurs, and freelancers, because in the UK, we are in the month of the final month, in fact, that you can submit your tax return. So I thought we would look at some cool apps that would be helpful if you are a freelancer. Now, I'm just going to share my, just going to go onto this screen, and I am just going to share a window with you. Not that one. I am just going to share. This is a little bit annoying because I had this all set up for you perfectly. And then obviously, YouTube decided to do something totally different. Okay, so we've got three softwares basically that we need to be looking at. One of them is Wave Accounting, and Wave Accounting is an accounting software for the States. So I'm going to look at three today. I'm going to look at Wave Accounting and two more. Now, Wave Accounting you used to be able to use in the UK up until recently, and it was really good actually. And one of the reasons why is because you don't have anything to pay, which is pretty handy. And it's really easy and simple to use. But now you can only use Wave Accounting if you live in the US. So the next one that you can look at is Zero Accounting. Zero Accounting. And Zero Accounting is, in actual fact, a payable software. This one is payable. It is like only £10 a month, something like that. But as you can see, it's pretty comprehensive. So it starts at £10 and then it goes up to 24 or 30. Now, I don't think this is the best one, and the reason why is because if I just zoom in there, you can only send like 20 invoices and quotes, which is like nothing. So that's not really very useful. So what they're obviously trying to do is to push you towards the £24 one or the £30 one. So I have found the next best one, which is, I'm going to go to that one now. Let's open that window, which is Zoho Books. Zoho Books. Now I've actually gone ahead and opened, let's just go to the Google here, so you can Google it. It's Zoho Books Accounting. And I believe, yeah, it's this one. So this is the one, Zoho Books Accounting. So this is the one we're going to be looking at today because you can use this one in the UK too. and it's really quite comprehensive. And it starts at $9 a month. However, I think for the UK, I think it's free. I've gone ahead and I've signed up for an account so we can have a little look inside. And one of the nicest things as well is that you can integrate Stripe, you can integrate lots of different apps into it. Really, really, really useful. So let's go ahead and have a little look inside this. So the interface of Zoho Books is almost identical to the interface of Wave Accounting. Obviously, they're written by the same people. So I used to use, like I said, Wave Accounting, and I thought it was quite good. So this is like your general dashboard. I do like the fact that they've got like these Brexit updates as well, because if you're in the UK, there's just so much going on with Brexit. Kind of like COVID, everything changes from one week to the next. So that's really cool that you've got Brexit updates and recent updates. So, and it's all there in one place. So you don't have to spend like ages going through like loads of accountancy websites and blogs. So that's really cool. I like that. So, here we've got obviously I've just started this one today so you can see inside it. So obviously there's like nothing going on here. So normally you'd have your cash flow, your income and your expenses and your top expenses, your bank account, your bank and credit cards. And with the banking, you can actually connect your bank account or your credit card, which is brilliant, because then what it does is it literally imports all of your everything you spend and everything that comes into your account directly into here. So I'm going to give you a little look inside. So obviously you've got your sales, you've got your new customers. So if you're an online teacher, that would be the name of your students you're teaching. And what I like as well is that it gives you a really, really nice flow chart to help you understand accounting a bit better. So if you're not kind of too accountancy minded, I think this is like really useful. They didn't have this feature in Wave Accounting, so whether this is new, I don't know. So like if you want to go and create a new customer, it's super easy. You can literally just put in the name and all the rest of it and then save. It's such an easy situation, software to use. The other thing I really like is they've got like these explanatory talk through videos as well, directly embedded here within the platform. So if there's something you didn't know how to do, they've got like their how to explanatory video, which is really great. You don't have to start going off somewhere. And again, you've got like this nice little flow chart down here with the life cycle of an estimate, like estimate, sent to customer, accept or reject, and then obviously invoice them. And I can tell you one thing, if you've got like a language school, one of my language schools, we work with multiple different academy trusts. It's really difficult to kind of keep on top of everything if you're doing it on a spreadsheet. So this sort of thing is really useful because you've obviously got some people that pay late and some people that don't. It's just a lot easier to keep on top of stuff. Again, you've got your invoicing, which is brilliant. Again, you've got your little talk through video there if you don't know what you're doing. So that's really useful. Shows you exactly how to do it. I mean, this is great. It's kind of like gold. So let's have a look at the invoice, how easy it is. I think it's pretty simple. Set your transaction preferences. Do you give discounts or don't give discounts at line item level? Okay, so that's good. So we're not going to have shipping charges because obviously it's all online. And this is this thing here, I want to add a field for salesperson. I'm going to briefly talk about this. Now, I used to have, with one particular group of schools, I used to have real problems at getting payments from them when I was sending the emails myself. So I naughtily invented a fictitious person called Mark. And I did this because I read in some kind of online forum somewhere that so for someone that was getting late payments, a freelancer was getting late payments, and then they made up like a false admin basically, and they changed the name to a male name. And the minute they did that and they sent the emails out, they got the payment. And sure enough, when I tried this, it happened. I got my payments. So a little bit of a bit of a cheeky hack there, but you know, it did really work. Okay, so let's go on here. So save and continue. So select the customer. So we would already have made our customer, but I really like the fact that if you haven't made one, you can just create one. That's really nice. You don't have to flip in and out of different screens. You've got your invoice numbers, invoice date, due on receipts. You've got your terms there of payment, which is that's really good, especially when you're working online. And then you've got your salesperson, all the rest of it, and your details. And just to add an extra line, you could just put that in there, you know, tutoring lesson or English lesson or French lesson, whether you charge individually after each lesson, monthly or termly. So that's really good. And then what happens if you save and send? Okay, let's add. I'm not going to do it now, so it's going to take too long to go into it. But basically, save and send. I think if it's like Wave, then you can actually just email it, so it's quite good. And you can attach files to invoice, which is really great. So perhaps terms of service or their original email, that sort of thing. That could be really handy. Reoccurring invoices. Let's have a look at reoccurring invoices. That would be really good. If you've got someone that you're teaching every single month, that would be really good. Or even a class. It could be really quite useful. Credit notes. Let's say you've had to cancel lessons. Instead of offering a refund, you can offer a credit note. That's a great way of making sure you don't lose money and you keep your customers. And obviously purchases. I really like this because in the purchases section, they've broken it up into vendors. They've broken it up into expenses. And also when I listened to the expenses talk through today, it had a really good how to record an expense. And it also gives you a bit of an idea as to what are expenses and what are not, because some people kind of get that bit confused. So that's really good. And I really like this, convert to invoice and then get reimbursed. So then it automatically takes it back into your banking. This is my son. He's really naughty. He knows I'm doing a live and he's like wanting tacos. Mom, order some Taco Bells. I don't know if anyone else is feeling the kind of your teenagers they think they're on Netflix and Taco Bell lockdown. Mine certainly do. Money, bills, payments made, and vendor credits. So you've got all of these different things that you can really help. And a top kind of tip is when you're doing your accounting, if you do it, even perhaps it depends how many transactions that you do. But even if you do a lot or you don't have many, if you do them every day, it just really, really, really takes like the headache out of it all. You don't want to wait till the end of the year. And there are two reasons for that. The first one is if you're not doing your accounts regularly, you're not on top of how much things are costing, where you're wasted money, who's not paying you. You've got no idea of your conversion rates as well. And obviously the second thing is it's just a headache right at the end of the year. Nobody wants that. Okay, let's have a little look here. So the other thing I really like is that if you have an accountant, you can give them access to this and they can log into this and do all your manual journals, which is sometimes quite important. They could do currency adjustments, which could be really useful. And if you want to go deeper into the chart of accounts, so that basically tells you what's what assets you have, what's an asset, what's a liability, what's cash. This is all kind of all accounting through their nominal codes. I trained as a bookkeeper years and years ago, so I kind of know what all of that is, but I'm not going to go into that now because nobody needs to know. And then the other thing I really like here is the reports. So basically what happens once you start using this software and you start issuing your invoices and you link your bank account up and you do all of your expenses, it then starts, you literally would just have to click on here, profit and loss, and it would pull all that information out of all those different segments in the software, and it would create the profit and loss account for you. Oh, that's just wonderful. You don't have to sit there with the calculator trying to work it all out. And actually, I have to say, it's one of the biggest ways you can make mistakes. You know, sometimes doing all this stuff manually is just not a good idea. You can get your cash flow statements as well, so that's really great. And this is particularly useful if you are trying to grow your online tutoring business or grow your freelancing business. It's really useful to know exactly how your business is growing, where you're wasting money, where the growth area is. And obviously, it's ideal if you ever want money from the bank or anything like that, then it's really, really, really useful to get like these reports. They will want these reports. These are financial statements, financial documents that you have to have. What's business performance ratios? Oh, this is cool. Okay, so wow, that's really good. Gross profit ratio, debt ratio. So that's very good. That's like a serious deep dive, and you can customize your reports as well. So that's really good. So you can see, you know, do kind of like a snapshot of where you were the last 6 months, the last 12 months, the previous year, or even customize it. So that's really very good. And then obviously you can go further on down here and have a look at expense details. So let's just say you feel that you're spending too much in your expenses. You can actually then deep dive down and have a little look where. I know one of my biggest expenses is probably software. I spend way too much on software. I'm like, oh, this is really good. What's this? I need to have a look at this. So there we go. Auto scan your documents. Excellent. So this would be things like receipts, which are really good. You can just scan them and then it can go into that. That's great. And bank statements, auto upload your bank statements from email. However, if you have gone in here and connected your bank account, it literally just pulls it all into there anyway. So yeah, pretty good. So if you're not financially minded and you want to think about going freelancing, this is really, I think, a good thing to invest in at £10 a month. One thing for sure is it's really going to help you start thinking like a freelancer. It's going to help you start thinking like a business owner. And like I said in quite a few of my trainings, the biggest issues, particularly freelance teachers have, is especially when they've come from being platform teachers, like working for VIP Kid or working for Powerfish or what have you, and they suddenly go, oh, okay, I'm going to be a freelance teacher. They kind of still have this platform mentality, and they need to kind of get out of that and sort of move into being a business owner. So sometimes things like this help you to start thinking differently, to change your mindset, and once you start thinking like a business owner, you start acting like a business owner. So there we go. So the three softwares that we looked at today were Zoho Books, Wave Accounting, and Xero. So Xero was the most expensive. and Wave and Zoho, which are the same business, same owners of Wave Accounting, were definitely the cheapest. So there we go. I hope that was helpful for you on Freelance Friday. Next Freelance Friday, I'm going to be having a very creative Freelance Friday to help you with lots of your content marketing. So make sure you come along to that, 5 p.m. London time. Have a great Friday, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.